Okay, awesome. Okay, well, welcome to tonight's region call for June. It's early June, right? June 10th or something. I don't know. Losing track of time. But yeah, I wanted to touch base with you guys because of this time of year. I love doing the business in the summer, and I look forward to this time of year. But I think it's all on the perception. I was thinking about this, and this will be my seventh summer doing the business. I started in July of 2010, and I can't believe it's been that long. So I've been through 7 summers, and sometimes it looks a little different than it does maybe in the fall or other times of year. The business can look a little different, but it's still a massive time for growth if you choose it to be. So I kind of wanted to connect about how that can look in the summer. I think sometimes because it can look a little different than what you're used to, people can get all freaked out and be like, oh, nothing's going on, nothing's happening. But actually it might be a lot of planting the seeds and all of that kind of stuff. And then just like, if we've got farmers on the call, you can enlighten me and all this stuff. But, in the fall, that's when you do the harvest, right? And so, you start seeing it grow over the summer, and then you have something to harvest in the fall. And that's something with this business that can be confusing too, is that it's not like a typical job where you show up and you work a certain amount of hours and then you get paid for those hours, right? It's that entrepreneurial mindset where you show up and everything you do is going to show up 3 months or 2-3 months from now. So that brings us to September, which is our biggest month. So we're if you have the mindset that everything you're doing now, even if it feels like you might be spinning your wheels a little bit and you're doing your daily degrees, know that it'll show up really big in September. So having that history in the business of being in it for 7 years, I've seen different scenarios. I guess I've seen people say, I'm just taking the summer off. I'm going to totally enjoy it with my family. And, I'm going camping. I have family reunions. I've got lots on the go. So I'll just pick my business back up in September. Well, that's a choice you can make. We're all independent business owners. You can absolutely choose to do that if you want to do that. And then I see them trying to pick it up in September and build that momentum up. And usually it's by the end of November that they start to finally have that momentum back and heading into December. And then I've seen people who enter the summer with, I'm going to go to the lake. I'm going to spend time with my family. I'm going to have family reunions. I've got this trip plan, that trip plan, and I'm going to fit my business in. So those are the 2 mindsets you can have. And I think what's so confusing about this sometimes is we think we have to pick one. So I just wanted to say we don't have to pick one. You can do both, and it can be really enjoyable. And when you decide that you're going to do them both together, this isn't a business you do at home from your couch necessarily. Yes, it's called a home-based business, but it's best done out and about. And summer, everyone comes out of hibernation, right? I know that, like the February blues don't generally happen in I don't ever hear of the June blues or the July blues. Maybe for teachers, the August blues. I used to have those. Oh my God, the school year's starting again. But but people are all happy, and they're out and they're coming to things. They're mowing the grass. They're outside. You see people, right? And so it's such a magical time if you choose it to be magical. So I just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys on a few things about that. The first thing I want you to think about is I want you to write down where you'd like to see your business in the fall. So maybe it's not necessarily a title. Maybe it could be you want to maybe go into qual for something. Maybe you want to have finished up a promotion by the fall. Maybe you want to have tried to bonus at least once in your district or something. If you haven't bonused in your district yet, maybe you're like, I want to move to being a bonusing district manager, moving towards area. Maybe it's a maybe it's a people goal. Well, I'd love to have a couple team members. I'd love to work with a couple team members. And maybe by the fall, you'd like to have a few people in your business. It doesn't maybe it's a paycheck type of goal. Maybe it's like, I could maybe go part-time in my job if I was making $1,000 on my paycheck, right? So whatever speaks to your heart more, first of all, you need to know what that is. Why are you doing this? Because if you're not really connected to that, yeah, you'll just take the summer off, quite frankly. It'll be nice out and you'll be like, meh, I'd rather sip a mojito in the in the sun, right? And just not worry about it. So, right, it's so easy to get lost in that, where you could be sipping a mojito with your phone and like texting people too, right? So you can do both. You'll only be doing that other part if you know where you want to go. Our last team call, we talked about we talked about committing more to the system than the goal. But I don't want to confuse that with not setting a goal, right? So we have this goal, whatever that is. Let's say I want to be an area manager, by the fall. Maybe you want to go into qual or finish that up. That's good. You have to have that goal. But we want to commit more to the system and the plan of that. That's because we can't commit to making $1,000 a month. We can't commit to making 5,000, whatever your goal is. You can commit to the system. That's what you can control, and that's what will lead you there. So we talked about that last time. I think the most confusing part about this business is kind of the simplicity about it. It's hard to see how these small steps all lead to something. You'll notice a lot of our challenges center around the 2,500 new and you. And so 2,500 is our building block of our business. And when we commit to doing that really, really well, we can teach it to others. And that is honestly how you grow a massive, massive business. That, I don't know if you guys I might post this in the page after. Will Smith has a really good story. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so I kind of might be fuzzy, but I love his analogy. But his dad one summer made him build a brick wall and through the summer, and he was all angry about it. There's no purpose. Why do you want me to build this brick wall? And his dad just said, you need to build this brick wall. And as soon as he built it, his dad told him to take it down again. So anyway, he likened it to, you don't just set out to build a wall. You don't just set out to build the biggest, fattest wall there ever is. Or in this case, the biggest, fattest business there ever was. I'm going to be the best and the top and da-da-da. You don't necessarily set out to do that. You set out to lay the bricks of that wall as perfectly as each brick can be laid. That's the goal. That's the committing to the system part. Yes, you want a wall. Yes, you want to promote to area, region, nation, and beyond, whatever, right? That's the wall part, but you don't focus on that. I'm building a business, because then our eyes are up here and we're just kind of can get lost. We're committing to building the bricks of the business as good as a brick can be laid, right? And doing that consistently. And of our business, those are 2,500 building blocks, and they add up, right? The good news is you don't need, they must be massive bricks here, because you don't need 5 million bricks to build a big old wall. You really don't. Like just to give you a sense, learning to do 2,500 new and you yourself well, that starts inconsistently through your business. Teaching, there can be any combination. There's no rules in Arbonne with promoting like this. But generally, I see someone go into area when they have a district manager and maybe a couple other in qualification. That's generally area manager. Or two district managers and yourself. Generally, that's when people promote with that combination. That's not a lot of people. So you already got yourself going. If you can focus on building your brick as perfectly as it can be laid, you'll feel comfortable teaching that to somebody else, knowing that that's only a couple other people doing that with you, and you're an area manager. And generally, region is 10. So just another 8 on top of that, right? And that's not necessarily direct. It can be all over in your business. So it's very important to look at how you're laying the foundation of your business. And that's why I thought this maybe 212 challenge would be good, because it's really the objective of it is to teach that laying the bricks of your business well, right? So as posted in the page, we know that at 211 water boils, right? 212 creates steam, which powers a locomotive or train, right? And so that 1 degree is what's making the difference. And I think we forget about that. We forget that those little degrees add up, right? So so with that challenge, what we're doing is we're trying, number 1, the goal is to create consistency, right? We talked about that last time. To stay connected and to use our calendars really well. And I know those things seem so kind of, I don't know, like little or trivial or like, well, no duh, right? Though it's actually something that's very, I see the biggest slip up for people is committing to that system of doing those daily rituals. Because, and you know, we talked about this on last month's call where I said the 3 things you need to know about building a successful network marketing business were that consistency, the duplication, and giving it enough time. So this particular challenge is really focusing on that consistency piece. You know, because I mean, have any of you guys ever, I don't know, like you mail out a sample or something, and then you gotta like find a stamp and like a freaking envelope, and you gotta drive to the post office, and there's a line, and you're running late, and you're like, for frick's sakes, this is stupid. I don't know. Anyone? Have you had that moment? I have. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, or the gold bag, and then you go there, and then, or you know, they do something where like they're handing it back and they basically close the door in your face. You're like, what the hell? Like, you know. Oh, is it cutting out for you, Michelle? Is anyone else? Let me know if it's cutting out for nobody else. Well, it might just be your service. Sorry about that. Yeah, darn internet, hey. Yeah, so those moments you think, this is dumb. How is mailing out this sample or picking up this gold bag, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't it won't calculate in your brain. And if we think of this like with that employee mindset of I show up, I get paid, I show up, I get paid. That's the employee, that's how jobs work. If we show up with that mindset, you're going to get frustrated. You need to know you show up, you show up, you show up, you show up, and then you get paid, you get paid, you get paid. That's how this works. And that shift, once you have that shift, you'll really start to enjoy this business more, knowing that everything you're doing is leading to something, even the ones that close the door ever so lovely in your face or whatever, or the long lineups at the post office or whatever it is. Those 1 degrees are all adding up because you're building your skill sets, right? You're building a catalog of experiences to share. Every time I have a really challenging experience, I'm like, holy, this is helping me be a better leader. Now I can relate. Oh, I have a story for that. Oh, I remember that. I remember driving this far and it didn't work out. And I remember having someone join and then quit 5 seconds later. Oh, I remember. It's adding to my catalog of experience. It's all part of it, you guys. It's all part of it. Those 1 degrees, you don't automatically start feeling sweaty and hot. You know, you'll feel hot like a few months down the line, right? So you just have to know that that's how this works, and you're not doing anything wrong. It's part of the journey and the catalog of experiences you're going to have. But the kicker is when you do it every day and you're consistent with it, you start to feel a release of that emotional attachment to the stuff you're doing, because it's just something you do every day. Oh, well, today this is my 1 degree. I'm going to do this. And you do it and then you're done. Okay, today I'm going to do this. And you detach yourself. And Barb, you shared a great live video last week from that book, The Subtle Art of Not Getting Given an F. That's such a good book, by the way. If you haven't read it, there's a few of you now, I think, that have read that book. I love that book. But it was the do something principle. And it's all on the premise of do, then feel. You don't wait to kind of feel amazing and then you're going to go out and do something. You do, and then you'll feel good. And with this 1 degree daily challenge, that's really what it is getting you in the habit of doing and then feeling, and doing and then feeling. And that just feeds on itself. I guarantee you, if you really commit to that challenge, even on the days where you feel like your 1 degree was super pointless and a waste of your time, even on those days, if you do it the next day and the next day and the next day, I guarantee you will be so surprised, so surprised of where your business is at come September. And you'll either be in one of 2 positions. You'll wish that, I wish I had done something when I had that mojito in my hand, instead of just drank the mojito. What was I thinking? So, right? You just figuring out where you're going to fit it in. And just because it looks different, generally, some of you in the call may have kids, may not have kids, whatever, but sometimes that back to school stuff can force you back into routine where now you've got kids and you got routine. And so it's easy to figure out your system. And in summer, it gets all thrown out the window because they're all around you all the time. They want to talk to you and hang out with you, which is good. But you have to rejig your system and not go well, frick, I can't do this in the summer. This won't work now because I've got all these millions of things on the go. So that just means, no, this time of year, you might just have to figure out a different system where you have a set quiet time in the day, or you're when you're out and about, you're just on purpose, right? Building those relationships. The biggest thing I can say about summer is taking advantage of the opportunity to build new relationships. So if you have one massive goal this summer, I would say build new relationships. That's what you want to do. We are a relationship building business, network marketing business, yes, but our main goal is to meet new people and build relationships with them. Some of those relationships will lead to Arbonne, some will not. But when your goal is to meet new people and build new relationships, that will happen. I remember this was a couple summers ago, or maybe more than that, because Belle was quite little and we were tubing, and I was tubing with Belle on my knee, and this other lady who was a friend of a friend visiting at the lake was tubing with her little girl, and we're going really slow around the lake and we're just chit-chatting. She's like, so what do you do? We're tubing around a lake, and no, you do Arbonne. I was thinking about that. Anyway, we had tell me a bit about it. I seriously did a coffee date on a tube with my 3-year-old on my lap, just chit-chatting about Arbonne behind a boat on a tube. And so, right, it just, because I was building a relationship with someone, it didn't look like me at home, on the phone, right? But I was also on purpose. My intention was set that I was going to meet and talk to new people, right? So it's setting that intention when you're out there and being prepared. So you want to be prepared with your purse packs. You want to be prepared with your samples in your beach bag. You want to have all your Arbonne logo out and your Arbonne hat if you have one, and your sunscreen and your fizzy drinks. And, it'll come up naturally. And you'll be sharing these 1 degrees, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I was chatting to this lady on the beach and she asked me I gave her a fizz sample. That's a degree in your business. How hard is that? I think because, too, a normal business requires countless hours, a huge investment. You have to come up with marketing plans and product development. And so it's sometimes in people's head, well, you're running a business, it probably needs to look like an 8-hour day. And because in their mind it's overwhelming, they just, I'm not doing it because I'm busy. I've got life on the go. You need to know in network marketing, it's not like that. We are a social marketing business where you're out there. It's about meeting new people. So how that, just to wrap up that part. So how that works, and I'll do the draw here right away for the first week, is I did create that document. If you feel like you want different creative ideas for a springboard, is in the files on our page of daily degrees. And you'll notice on that page that there's different categories. There's the income producing activity. There's the personal professional growth, networking, pardon me, and joy of the journey. All of those things are important. Yes, that one, Erin. Thank you. Yeah. Lots of ideas there to springboard from. You know, and you could do more than one a day. And so if you have a really big goal and your vision is, you know, by the end of 2017, I need to see massive change in my business. I need to be at a different spot. I need to have different choices. Then you're going to choose more like 3 degrees a day, 3 things from that list, right? And you want to keep in mind that our system is 10 IPAs a month. If you want to go faster, you do more, right? 10 IPAs is our system. And the other things in there like personal growth and networking and all join the journey, that's all stuff that can be blended into your business. That's also very, very important to building that healthy business. So not to forget about those things. Well, I'm not doing income producing activity, therefore I'll do nothing today. Well, no, right? You want to be reading something or meeting new people or, right? Or making a recipe from the Healthy Living recipe book. Or this is just this, you're creating the story in the business. You're branding yourself, right? Is what you're doing. So use that resource if you need it, and know that if you're thinking I really want to see massive change in my business, then amp that up, right? Do a few more a day than you're doing than the 1. The 1 degree is if you just want to consistently move through the summer, you'll still see growth. But if you really want to see big change, I would do more than that. Just to get yourself really rolling into the fall. Because what I see with those 2 different types of mindsets is with the wave of new products, we've got Christmas product at launch and then new product at conference. And so there's a wave. So people who've been out paddling, the 1 degree, right? One activity, another activity, one little things, they're paddling out and it's very relaxing. It might seem very slow. You might think, wow, not really surfing here, just kind of floating along, right? But you're doing something every day. And then you'd be like, oh my God, I'm out here and the wave's coming and you're out there and you can catch it and you're riding it and you're like, this is awesome. But what happens is a lot of you might still be standing on the beach, on the shore going, oh, look at them out there. They're all riding the wave. Damn them, you know? I should have been paddling with them, right? And get your toes in the water, get a little bit, might be a little bit chilly as you get on and get in. But if you just do that 1 degree, if you want to go faster, couple degrees, whatever it is, but get paddling. So when the wave comes of September, you can ride it. So that's where you'll see promotions and qualifications and all those kinds of things. And so anyway, so you will do that. We'll have the goal of doing those daily degrees, and at the end of the week you'll post what you've done for that week and then go into the draw for the business building tool. And the objective of that weekly thing is kind of staying connected, because we can kind of fall off the face of the earth a little bit. You know, and it's so important, I think, to stay connected in this business, because we kind of forget that we are part of a team, and we've got other people who might be having same challenges and things like that. And so staying connected is a huge part over the summer. So this challenge is also helping with that, and also with the calendar and just tracking what your daily degree is, planning it the night before and then doing that the next day, planning it the night before and doing it the next day. So those are the 3 skills we're really working on. The consistency piece, the little tiny pieces that seem maybe annoying and pointless and a waste of your time sometimes. It might feel that way. Just trying to be real and honest with you guys. But that is how it feels sometimes. But I'm telling you, it always leads somewhere. It always leads to something or helps your business in some way. So we're learning the consistency. We're learning the staying connected, the importance of that, and of the using your calendar. So that is the whole purpose of this 212 challenge, really. So don't just check out over summer and wish we'd been paddling away. There's quite a few. So all these challenges all kind of mesh together. So there's the Nation Challenge, which is the sponsor 5 a month, and then you get a gift from me if you sponsor 5, and I'll let you know shortly what that'll be. If you do 15 over the summer months, with 3 of those being consultants, Erin has a special gift for you, and she's been looking at a couple options which look pretty stellar. You'll get that at CNTC. So that's 15. It doesn't have to, let's say it didn't work out in June or something and you did 3 this month, but 8 the next, whatever. Over the summer months, 15 with 3 being consultants. You'll earn a really special gift from Erin at conference. And then monthly, but if you do your 5 monthly, then you get a gift from me. So if you're doing your daily degrees and your 10 IPAs are in there, it all kind of works together. It's not another thing to think about, right? What we're doing is we're learning the skills behind the 2500 block. So we have this block. How we do it well is through the daily degrees, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's that. And then that is also right in line with the picture this. Yeah, and you can earn CNTC. Exactly, Barb. It would also earn you CNTC, which is 300 buckaroonies, which is great. If you're a consultant and you promote to district manager, then you earn CNTC as well, just by doing that, which is awesome. And the picture this incentive is right in line with all of that as well. It's 2,500 new and you, with 1 being a new consultant. So, like, none of this is just they're not just random incentives and challenges. They all build on each other. Our region 1 is to build the skills to be able to do the 2,500 new and you, and then you're gifted for it on the nation level and from Arbonne as well, if that makes sense. Now, I also want to talk about, just quickly here, California. Some of you out there might want to run, and really, you know, I can highly recommend, like, if you lock eyes on the California incentive, holy geez, your business would blow your mind. You know, it's absolutely 100% achievable. It's just something you have to set your intentions. If you want to earn it, I first of all recommend printing out the incentive and having it where you can see it around your house, around where you do dishes, wherever it is, and focus on the people. Yes, there's numbers involved there, but you really want to focus on helping other people and helping them do the 2,500 building block. There is a formula that I can post that another MVP kind of, if you like numbers and charts and how it all adds up, I can post that for you. But if you focus on sponsoring 6 team members, I mean, my goodness, if the volume was a little bit short, and you didn't earn it, but you had, let's say you ended up with 4 or 5 new team members because you went for it, where would your business be? You'd probably be a bonusing area manager, right? So, I mean, what I say is go for it. Reach for the stars, right? And go for it. But in the going for it, your business will explode to that next new level. So California, it's like all expenses paid. You get a shopping spree. It's Arbonne Corporate will totally spoil you. Any Arbonne trip, they just go above and beyond with spoiling the people who come, and it would be phenomenal. And so if you focus on sponsoring those 6 new team members, California is yours for sure by December. So if you want a plan And if you're someone who thinks, I'm in this business for the big picture, and you need to know how to make that happen, that's where you need to reach out to your upline, and we can talk to you. We've got, if you want to run, we have a space for runners that just want to run, and we can support you in that way if that's something you want to do. You might be thinking, well, that it might be a belief thing where you don't believe you're capable of it, but I'm telling you, everyone on this call, everyone who said yes to this business, absolutely you're capable of it. Absolutely you can do it. You just might need someone to guide you and work that plan with you. But for that, I would 100% focus on sponsoring. And really, the sponsoring is all about, like Erin calls it, the dance. And I like that analogy, is we always start with the business and we move to hosting and then we move to product, right? Those are the three things we do, and we cycle through that with everyone we meet. And so we have this opportunity in our back pocket that can change people's lives and add value to their lives. And so that's the first thing we always offer, because it's the best thing. It's the best thing we have to offer. In my mind, it's business and product, right? It's our best product is the business. So California, if that's something, God, that would change. It's one thing to earn California. It's another thing what it would do for you and your family's life. So if that's something you're bouncing around the back of your head, message me and let me know. I want to know who's going for California. If you just want to send me a PM and say, I really would like to earn California, then at least I know who's going for it and who wants help with it. And, then I can send you that chart and all that kind of stuff too. And you can kind of start mapping that out more specifically for yourself and where you're at in your business. But you could be starting from zero, you could be brand new, and you can earn California. It is a level playing field. You don't need to be in the business a while to earn that. Okay, just conscious of time, I just want to talk about one more thing, and that is CNTC. And so, you guys, go to CNTC. just go. I just want you to trust me. If there's any time I could ask you to just 100% trust me and trust anyone else who's ever been, go to CNTC. I was telling you at the start of the call, I started this 7 years ago in July, and I didn't know what I really started. I was like, I couldn't believe I even started. Then I had a party. I'm like, why am I even having a party? Like, why am I doing this? What the hell? What am I doing this? And every time I had another party, why am I doing this? Like, it's like, what's going on? And by the end of summer, I promoted to district manager, and I still didn't really know. I really didn't catch the vision yet. And I got it in my head that I should go and see what kind of company I started, that I aligned myself with. My upline couldn't go, so I flew to Niagara Falls by myself, and I was so scared. I was so nervous. And I said this in my little live video that I posted, but I just don't know how to communicate it clear enough that it just changed the whole trajectory of my life. I really did. That sounds so dramatic to say, but I was like, okay, now I know what I joined. Where all summer was like, why am I having these stupid parties? Why am I driving around? I don't understand why am I doing this? I just couldn't catch on to why did I say yes to this opportunity anyway? And I was like, this is why. I met the most incredible culture of people that I didn't know existed. I saw ordinary people, just so regular, ordinary people living extraordinary lives, as they say. I know it all sounds so cliche, all this stuff, but it just put in perspective that I actually can control my life. I actually can get in the driver's seat and drive where I want to go. And before that, I always thought it was just where the wind blew, I had to go to. Oh, the wind's blowing this way, I guess I got to go. Wind's blowing that way. I didn't know I could start driving it where I wanted to go. And I didn't catch that until I went to conference. And I started to see how things could be different and life could be different. And I didn't have to accept things that came into my life. I didn't have to accept, you know, a bad work situation. I didn't have to accept, you know, certain things in my life. I could actually get in the driver's seat and start making changes that I wanted. And that's what I want for all of you guys, is I want you to catch that vision. Anytime I've seen someone go to conference and come back that has that decision, their business changes because their vision has changed. When you can only see this far, that's where your business stops, right there. And conference just opens you up, and you can see for yourself how you can do it. And I just want so badly for you guys to experience that. And I don't know, it's like Keith Kuckner, he's a really good on Mentorfish there. He kind of describes it too a little bit like right now, I forget how his training goes, so I'm going to totally mess it up. But let's say if you had like green lens glasses on and you're seeing everything in green and you're like, I don't see the opportunity. I don't get it. Everyone's saying no and no one's interested and da-da-da. And you have these green lenses on, right? And everyone else is like, well, I see it. What don't, you know, I can see it and it's everywhere. Opportunities all around me. And the conference allows you to change your glasses to the rose color, like, oh shit, that's what I've been, you know, and the whole time you've been looking through the wrong lens and nothing seems to work out for you. Nothing. I don't see it. It's not here. It's not, I've looked everywhere. I've asked everyone. I don't see it, you know? And with those green colored glasses, he makes a comment that he's looking at a woman in a white shirt and he's like, oh, your shirt is green. And he's like, no, it's white. It's green. No, it's white. It's green. Well, she's got green glasses on and argues to the death that that is a green freaking shirt. Take off the damn glasses and get the right vision, and you will see things for what they are. And it is hard to do that on little Zoom calls. It's hard to do that when you're at home in your office. It's hard to do that, you know, and you come to a conference and that's what it's for, is to help you just to get it. And if you read the comments down here in the chat, yeah, don't miss it. CNT is the best. It's non-negotiable. It changes your vision of what Arbonne can create in your life. It seems crazy, but it's exactly what happens. Yeah, it's so true. And I get very wound up about it. So very wound up about it because I'm so passionate about it. It's in Edmonton, you guys. It's in Edmonton. Okay? You can all be there. So make a plan. If you need help to make a plan, let me know. We can figure out a budget. We can figure out how to make it work. Figure out how to earn it, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So I won't keep you guys much longer here. I'll let you guys go. Our team barbecue is on June 25th on Stacey Nelson's deck. It's always fun. So come in and enjoy a little cheers on the deck and some training. And yeah, really plug into the daily degrees. Really plug into that little steps. And just decide to paddle. Just decide to paddle in the water. Those little degrees, just paddle away, and then September you're like, holy crap, oh my god, the wave is coming, oh my god, and you'll totally catch it, you'll be surfing. I'm serious. Do it just do it. Yeah, anyway, I'm referencing that stupid video that we always post, but anyway, I think it's too late. I've had a long day and you can tell, I guess, but anyway, it's been so great connecting with you all. Does anyone have any questions before I end this? No questions? All right, cool. So a few things. If you want to earn California, message me, then I know and I can make a plan with you, right? Plug into the 212, the daily degrees, and get registered for CNTC. Okay, and I will see you on the 25th at Stacey's house. Oh, the draw. Thanks, Barb. Yes, I am. Thank you. Would have forgot. Okay, the first business building tool is, and I don't have it beside me. You'll be surprised later. Okay, I'm not going to look. It is Brittany Letts. Congrats, Brittany. Where are you on the call somewhere? I think you are. I saw you earlier. Yeah, there you are. Yay. Congratulations. Thanks for the reminder, Barb. All right. Okay, cool, you guys. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later.